I've been sitting here with a thought, excuse me, and I've noticed something out of the Bible. Every person that was called to do the work of God, when they knew their mission and their calling, you cannot tell me or show me in the Bible where everybody wanted that job. Job wasn't bothering nobody. He wasn't bothering nobody, but he got called. And he went through all that pressure and was about to break. He, he was about to break, and God had to finally step in. But Job didn't want that job. He wasn't bothering nobody. You look at all the other prophets up in the Bible, they didn't want the job, but they was called by God to do it. Everybody want to talk about how Joshua himself, God's son, when he found out the totality of his mission, he did not want to go through it. I don't care what the song says. He didn't say a mumbling word. You crazy. What? Jesus didn't Jesus didn't want to die. Not on no cross. Read the Bible. What the Bible say. He did not want to die. Then you got some other cats, some other prophets. He even told one to shut up. This prophet was praying to God, and God told him, shut up. I won't hear your prayers. You can pray for them all you want to. I'm not going to hear your prayers. Read it. It's in the Bible. Because he said, if Moses or Samuel were here, I wouldn't even hear their prayers. So them was two guys that could get to God when nobody else could. Them two could get to God. But when he told the other prophet, shut up, I'm not going to hear your prayer. And if Moses or Samuel was here, I wouldn't hear theirs. But that's saying a lot right there when God's telling you to shut up. Then you got to look at the job you have and the responsibility and accountability that's placed on you. That is a weight on your shoulders. You got to look at Jesus himself. Joshua, he had to carry his own cross. Look him. Ain't none of us would have done that. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, God gonna tell me I gotta die for this motherfucker over here. Is you crazy? Is you crazy? I'm ex-military, and y'all gonna talk all that grand junk you want to talk about. Thank you for your service, man. Skip all that. If you really thanking somebody for their service, won't you come give a veteran a sack, some bills, and some money? That's how you thank a veteran for his service. Don't talk about I thank you for your service. What the fuck is that gonna do? Real talk. We over in a foreign land and they shooting at us, trying to take us out. Y'all don't understand the weight that's placed on people's shoulders. I done told this story before about a brother we had to leave in South America in Brazil. That's a friendly country to us. But we had to leave him over there. I ain't never heard whatever happened to the brother because he had to fight for his life. He killed a cop over there in Brazil. And I don't blame him. I'd have done the same thing. Because I was supposed to hang out with the brother that night, but he got away from us. And I got away from everybody because I'm doing my own thing. I'm in Brazil. I'm going to enjoy my time. And that's what I done. But there's a guilt weighed on me because of our brother we left behind. But he didn't come with us that night. He didn't come with us. There's when a man or a woman is called of God, that is a weight. I've even said this before. A lot of people think that I just really wanted to teach karate. No, the fuck I didn't. I keep saying this. I was in karate for myself. For myself. I wanted to get out on the circuit and earn me some money because I like to fight. Why not have fun doing it and making some money at it? But no, them young cats kept watching me practice. Here in this neighborhood, out back there, or out front on the porch here, young kids were watching me work out. And they finally came and said, would you teach us? I said, no. I'm not a teacher. But I go talk to my teacher and see if he'll open up a class down here. And when I presented it to him, he said, no. They don't want me, they want you. That's how I got started teaching. My wife presented what I had to the people here. That's how I started teaching. But that's a weight on somebody's shoulders. You have to walk all upstanding and all this, try to be all holy and righteous. It don't work like that. I'm down here in the hood. And if a school gonna survive down here, not no punk ass school like the hood, no, cause I'm down here in the projects teaching. I'm down here physically fighting to keep these kids in my dojo. I had to fight physically. There's a lot of times the kids used to come out of practice early because I'm up in my dojo having to whoop a nigga ass to show him I am who I say I am and I am who my students say I am. So I had to show up. Anybody come up in there, if they wanted to get it, I give it to them. These hands. I don't mind working my hands. If I work them in the street, I can work them in the system for my students. That's what I had to do. But there is a weight when you serving God. It's a weight put on your shoulders. And I ain't read in the Bible where nobody wanted the job just because he chose you. You know what you're going to go through. You don't want that responsibility. You don't want that accountability. No, you don't. But the calling was there. I had to do something because they wanted something else that they had never seen. And it worked. But I didn't have the people on my side to make it work and last. I got to start it all over again and build it back up. Put somebody up in this. Because I'm on my way to Kentucky, man. I'm out of this motherfucker. You understand where I'm coming from? Tired of North Carolina. Tired of the weight that's on my shoulders. It's too fucking heavy. It's too heavy. So I'm saying, as I make this little talk, somebody showed me in the Bible itself where a man or a woman was called of God and they really wanted the job, because I don't see it and I ain't read it nowhere. Again, I'm going to say this. Even Jesus didn't want, he wanted his job, but he didn't want to go through the totality of it because he had to die. He had to die. And that's what these callings from God calls. That's a greater accountability. And I got to try to stand up and be so upstanding and right in front of the people when I know for a fact. Boy, I'm a dirty nigga sometimes. I like to get out in the streets and play just like everybody else. And then a lot of y'all got to admit it too. Ain't none of us started off righteous. None of us. Every last one of us has been born into sin. Who walked upright from their birth? Jesus. But John did too. Read it. John the Baptist was born with the Holy Spirit. Read the Bible. Being a worshiper and a follower, being a disciple yourself, that is a weight. And it's so much of a weight. When they crucified the Apostle Paul, he said, I'm not eating. No. It was Peter. It was Peter. When they crucified Peter, he said, I'm not worthy to be crucified as Christ. So turn my cross upside down. Boy, Peter was a hard brother. That's hard. You already crucifying me, then I'm gonna tell you, I ain't worthy to be crucified like Christ. Turn my cross upside down. But that's a hard dude right there. I couldn't have been Peter. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. But Peter knew what kind of power they had. You don't think he didn't know when Jesus was walking across the waters and Peter looked out the boat and he saw him, all the men on the boat saw him, and he thought it was a ghost walking on the water. And then Peter said, Lord, if it be you, allow me to come to you. Peter got out the boat and started walking on water. He was walking on water too. But then he looked around him. He took his eyes off Jesus and started to sink. And Jesus had to reach down and pull him up. That's responsibility and accountability. You got to keep your eyes on Jesus at all times. That's a hard thing to do as a human. I don't care what nobody say. It is not easy serving God. That's no easy job. Who wants it? Because it ain't easy. That's just like this as a karate teacher. I am accountable for what I teach. Don't nobody want to be accountable for somebody else fuck ups. Don't nobody want to be responsible for mine, and you're not going to be. I got to be responsible for my own. So this whole walk, as you walking with God, you got to be so upright in every which way you walk and talk. Because, again, I'm like Peter. I can put my hands on you and pray for you to heal you. That's why my system is called Praying Hands Kempo. I put my hands on you and pray for you to heal you. But at the same time, if I got to defend myself, I would tap on you, put you in a choke. and pray for you while I'm choking you out. That's responsibility because I can't take you out. I can't unalive you. That's not my job, but I have to subdue you. See, a lot of martial artists ain't gonna tell you this. I'm telling you what's the real, what we go through, and we gotta watch over our students. And as they get up and they go on about their way, you gotta watch them fuck up like you did in life earlier. But everybody's got to find their way. I can't be accountable for what you've done or what you're doing if I have already taught you. It's on you then. But back to my walk. This is not an easy thing to do because it's a lot of people right now. Right now, I'm gonna put my hands on, and I'm not gonna be praying for you, but you're going to the hospital. I'm known to do that. Don't like I'm not. I'm known to do that. As a karate teacher, and when I was out there in the streets, but it was worse in the street because I came with everything. Uh, I was packing big time. I used to drive for cats because I was the gun man. See, that's a responsibility. Even in that sense, that's a responsibility. But I can handle the job. That's why I took it. And even as a martial artist, I was chosen not just to be a black belt, but I was the professor's bodyguard at one time. So to get to him, you had to come through me. And I'm gonna tell you something, you ain't going through me. I done my job and I done it well. You ain't going through me. And that's not happening. And see, people don't understand what a lot of us go through in this walk that we do. We had to put so much to side to raise up. But people don't want to be accountable to you and what you got going on. It's all about them. That's some shit I'm tired of. Been tired of that. But I still try to work with people. But you know what? I am 56 today. And I'm in my old man groove. I don't mind cussing a motherfucker out, and I don't mind putting my hands on you. I'm in my old man spark. You understand me? It's either or with me. I used to try to compromise with you. Not no more. I ain't compromising what for goddamn now. You understand me? Nigga, I'm 56. I'm hoping to live 106. Hoping. Gonna pray for it, but am I looking for it? Boy, I tore my body up. I was a straight daredevil out there. Y'all know it. Straight daredevil. I used to do stupid shit. What? I put my dirt bike up on the roof of our house one time and tried to do an evil Knievel coming off. Well, I got fucked up, but I tried it. I'm a daredevil. How would you and the person who's trying to kill you, y'all in an old house by yourself with your guns drawn on each other? Y'all don't know what type of life I really lived out there and what I got to do in this life. You understand? This is a bunch of responsibility I really did not want, but it comes with the job. It comes with the job. And accountability is not just what I'm saying. Look, as humans, we are accountable for the next person. Damn right we are. If we're going to live on this earth, we got to be accountable for our neighbors. And I'm going to tell you something. I got some of the dumbest motherfucking neighbors, boy. You wouldn't believe these motherfuckers here. Some dumb motherfuckers. But I'm responsible. What am I doing now to make the community better? As far as I'm concerned, I'm waiting on my ride and leaving. That's going to make it better. Because I'm in my old man mode. I'm not trying to talk nice to nobody because they fucking up. Nah, they need hands. They need hands-on work the way I see it. All this is messed up. And we got our black brothers and sisters that don't want to work with us. Everybody's out for themselves. And that's how this is. Even in a lot of other partnerships I done had in life, people are out for themselves. I had to look at even some of the shit in my own marriage. Everything ain't always together. So you got to make, and this is coming from the Bible, you got to make your calling and election sure. I know my calling. I don't want the job, but I got to do the job in order to make it on the other side. Huh? When you call, you got to do the job. Y'all think when I was in that coma, I didn't talk to God. But I could hear a whole lot of talk on the outside. I just couldn't open my eyes up to speak. But I could hear people talking. But I was talking in the spirit realm too. I know what I saw. Why you think I come back even harder? Come on, man. I've been broke up. I should be resting. But I can't rest because I know what I saw. And I'm not willing to go back there again. Not me. I know what's on the other side. I know where I was headed. Huh? I know where I was headed. And it wasn't heaven. But I had to fight to get back here. I had to fight Satan and his boys. I had to come out the pit. And y'all do not understand none of that because you don't want to understand. And that's the problem that we have with Black America right now. Everybody think it's a fun motherfucking time. It ain't no fun motherfucking time. You some motherfucking dummies if you can't see what the fuck is going on. Joe Biden was Mr. Three Strikes, lock him up. Kamala Harris, well, she was locking brothers and sisters in California up. and y'all think, come in.